to do something I haven't done in a while, which is a college football video. I'm going to be talking about the recruiting classes so far. I'm going to start off with the top 10, then I'm going to go through the biggest surprise, biggest disappointment, a team that is picked off where they left off last year, the biggest climber lately, and the biggest rebound team this year. So, let's get right into it. Alright, let's start off with the top 10 classes. At number 1 is Ohio State, who have 16 commits, 3 5-stars. They have the most 5-stars so far. They have 11 4-stars and 2 3-stars. I talked about Ohio State's class last year, and I thought it was the best out of anybody, even though they were ranked number 2 in the country, but that was because they had a small class. But the ranking this year, it's even better than it was last year. Last year, I think it was a 93. This one's a 95 on 24/7. So they are really doing great this year. They're getting top kids, and they're keeping their kids at home again. They're still in line for the top offensive tackle, which is from their own backyard. So they are doing really well in this class. Miami's number 2 with 19 commits, 1 5-star, 12 4-stars, and 5 3-stars. They were number 1 for a while, then Ohio State took over. Miami's done a really good job in this class. They're keeping the Florida kids at home, and they are just getting top recruits that they are going to build this team around. Miami, they could be in the line for something special this year. Penn State's number 3 with 20 commits. They have 1 5-star, 11 4-stars, and 7 3-stars. Penn State, even though they've had a few decommits along the way, has really done a good job getting blue chip talent to come, not just in the state of Pennsylvania, but in other places as well. And when it's all said and done, this could be their best recruiting class ever. Texas is number 4 with 14 commits. They have 1 5-star, 10 4-stars, and 3 3-stars. Texas, they struggled last year to keep their kids at home. They only got 1 top 20 kid. This year, they have 4 out of the top 5 kids in the state of Texas, and they are still in good shape with the top kid in the state of Texas. Texas, they have just done a really good job keeping the kids at home this year. And if they are as good on the football field as they are doing right now in this recruiting class, Texas could be scary to watch. Tennessee's number 5 with 17 commits. They have 1 5-star, 7 4-stars, and 9 3-stars. Tennessee, along with Texas, is doing a really good job keeping their kids at home. At the moment, they have 3 out of the top 5 kids in the state of Tennessee committed to them, including the top kid. That's where their 5-star comes in. Tennessee, only 17 kids at the moment. They still have room to grow this class, and it could be in the top 10 when it's all said and done. LSU's 20 commits right now. No 5-stars yet, but they do have 8 4-stars and 12 3-stars. And I say yet on the 5-stars because the top kid in the state of Louisiana, LSU's the heavy favorites right now. They did lose their quarterback to TCU, but this is still a really good class. And LSU could be in line for another top 10 class when it's all said and done. Florida State's up next with 17 commits. They don't have any 5-stars, but they do have 9 4-stars and 8 3-stars. And an interesting note about the 4-stars that Florida State has, only 4 of them are from the state of Florida. So unlike everybody else, they're getting a lot of their talent from out of state. And on that note, they're in line for probably the best quarterback in this class, Justin Fields, who right now Florida State leads for. So while Florida State's not getting as much in-state talent as everybody else, they are still getting blue-chip kids that are going to be really good when they get to college. Oregon's number 8 right now with 15 commits. They don't have any 5-stars, but they do have 9 4-stars and 6 3-stars. Oregon, they are starting to get back to what they were when Chip Kelly was their head coach, when they were constantly in big bowl games and they were in the college football playoffs that one year. Oregon, another team that's doing a really good job keeping their kids at home, and they are in line for the first and second best player in the state of Oregon. Really good class so far by Oregon. Let's see if it ends up in the top 10. Notre Dame has 14 commits right now. They don't have any 5-stars, but they do have 7 4-stars and 7 3-stars. They just got a 4-star inside linebacker a few days ago, and they are just getting solid kids in this class that are going to come in. They're going to contribute to the team. And if they keep getting these solid kids, they're going to be back in bowl games, and they're going to have a really good class if they hold on to these kids and they add to it. Finally, we have Oklahoma at number 10 with 15 commits. They have 1 5-star, 3 4-stars, and 11 3-stars. Oklahoma may not have as many 4-stars as the other teams on this list. However, they know how to get kids that are going to come in and fit into what they do. They are proving that time and time again the past few years. So don't worry about the number of blue chip kids that they have. Still a very solid class for them so far, and I can't wait to see how they finish. Let's move on from the top 10 recruiting classes to the biggest surprise, which is Kansas going into LSU's backyard and stealing 2 4-star kids from them. Why is this a big deal? Well, for one, they went to LSU's backyard and stole 2 4-star kids from them. But another reason is because this would be their best and third best recruits that they have gotten since they started doing the recruiting websites. It's a big deal for Kansas, who desperately needs a turnaround since they, I've mentioned this, are one of the worst Power 5 schools in the country, and this would be a great starting point to start to turn it around. The biggest disappointment right now is Alabama. They only have 7 commits. They're ranked 47th in the country, and this is a team that's coming off a national championship appearance. And it just seems like kids just don't want to go to Alabama this year. It's a down year for them, and it happens to the best of us. Alabama has had 7 straight years with a number 1 recruiting class, so they were bound to have a down year, and I guess this is it. But they are going to finish strong. We already know this, but at the moment, they're the biggest disappointment right now. A team that's picked off right where they left off is my in-state school, Maryland. They're recruiting the heck out of the DMV area. For those of you that don't know, that's DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And they're getting these underrated commits that Randy Edsall would not have gone for. He would have gone for the easy pickups, not for guys that a lot of Power 5 schools are going after. Maybe not the big ones, but a lot of solid Power 5 teams that are going after. If you are a Maryland fan, you have got to be excited on what DJ Durkin has done so far for this team. And the biggest rebound, I touched on this earlier, is the Texas schools. They're getting their kids to stay home after last year where they couldn't even get top 20 kids to put them in their top 5. Texas has done most of the dirty work, but Texas A&M has gotten a few 4-star kids. Baylor's gotten one. TCU has one. Texas Tech has gotten one. This is really good for Texas schools, where last year they couldn't even catch a break with one of these kids. Now they're getting their kids to stay home, commit to their schools. Really good job by these Texas schools. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. When you're done, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video.